Hello everyone, Phoenix61 here with your daily dose of World of Warships Legends shenanigans. We are rocking the IKS Bortos today. Right, this is a fun tier 6 premium ship, right, if you manage to pick this up during the Star Trek collaboration, right. So, anyway, it's kind of, it's fun to be a little bit aggressive in it, but you still have to be smart, right. It's still a cruiser, right. Broadside to a battleship will get you killed just as easily as any other, right? But if you're kind of like bow in, or like if you're angled appropriately, right? Like you can bounce quite a bit of shells and bullets and whatever else, right? So let's see if we can take out this water tower. We don't get spotted from our playful shooting at the village here. So we'll see if we can tuck in right here by the land and see if we can't sneakishly grab this zone capture. Take some shots at this Pensacola across the way. That does get us spotted, obviously, right? So there's got to be, there's 4 destroyers here, against us, right? So high likelihood that there is at least one spawning and or close to the B zone here with us. But alas, we will continue to pick on this Pensacola as long as we've got an angle on him. And then since we're still getting the zone cap, right, we've got sonar ready, so we can use that kind of whenever whenever it makes sense. And now we can see that our zone is contested, right? So I'm moving back a little bit here. And then we do see a destroyer pop up here. There's a Mahan. So yep, there are 2 in here with us. We'll take the shots at the Mahan since we've got them. And then yep, here come torpedoes. So you notice we were still kind of tucked behind the land there, and then we did trip the sonar, right? So we were somewhat safe from torpedoes, but alas, this Benson here as well would have a better angle on us if he had sent torpedoes, so having the sonar going now is going to be super helpful. But yes, we did lose our destroyer in here, right? And it was kind of like, we knew that, like, alright, there's a lot of destroyers, like, just kind of don't push in too hard if you think you're going to get outnumbered and outgunned. I feel like that's kind of like what he did, right? So we're backing up, taking our time with these guys, making sure to shoot them when they're spotted, and see if we can't get rid of them. Secondaries are going on him, but of course the secondaries are kind of meh on this ship. The range is great, like the secondary range is awesome for a tier 6 cruiser, but the power and accuracy and reload isn't there. It's like, it's 2 small turrets on each side. So originally when I got this ship, I looked at the range, it was like, oh, let's try doing a secondary battery build with it, and it's kind of like just lackluster. It's like, man, not really quite worth it, right? So it was worth a little bit more to build into the main guns, so that's what we've done with our build here. And we're going to push in. We're out of our sonar, which is unfortunate at this moment in time, but there's a lot of smoke up here. There's no battleship that is mid-spawn anymore that could go against us, right? Like, there's 2 of them went over to the C-cap side, and then 1 is all the way over on the A-cap side, right? So we don't have a really big threat right now. So the situation allows us to push up and kind of try and hunt down this destroyer. So here he is, a Fubuki. Luckily we get lucky there, somebody else picks him up, so he's not going to know what's coming if he comes around the corner here. We'll be able to super take advantage of this. And then, yep, he's moving away. He's trying to get out of the way of our allied destroyers that are in C, probably. We'll continue to push in on him. Should be able to take him out, right? And then we'll just assume that he's probably going to send torpedoes when he spots us, right? So we'll have to do some maneuvering. And then, yeah, North Carolina across the way, just kind of making sure he's not going to shoot at us, but let's take the risk here and get rid of this Fubuki if we can. Got rid of him, got the dev strike out of that. And then I'm going to turn in just in case he did get torpedoes off, right? Let's maneuver. And yep, there they are. And he made a really good decision on where he sent those, but we managed to only take 1. Yeah, best way to dodge torpedoes is start dodging them before you see them, right? And we'll continue to get this zone. The Connecticut wasn't looking at us, so we're going to take advantage of that. And kind of get ourselves angled away. Because, yes, there are 2 battleships over here, right? They're shooting HE at us, which is the good call whenever you see an ICAS Bortos, right? If you're in a battleship, I would go HE unless you've got a nice broadside shot. But these guys are going to pick on us so much that they're gonna keep getting the reset on the zone. So what we'll do is I'm checking my firing, my on fire penalty for being spotted, right? Because that's part of why we're still spotted here. But we stopped firing our guns to try and get unspotted here. That way we can, 1, hopefully escape death, and 2, hopefully capture this zone, right? So our regular spotting range is 9.9. So I'm literally waiting for this fire to go out so that we won't be spotted anymore, because we are far enough away. Once the fire goes out, right, we'll go undetected unless that destroyer pushed in this way, right? So there we go, we're unspotted now. So we escape death, but I'm going to keep moving out. I know we have to give up the zone for the time being, right? It's all about playing the objectives with this game a lot, but in reality, like, you don't do it to the point where you're sacrificing your ship, right? Like, being alive is more valuable than manning it out in a zone that an enemy could easily take back once they kill you, right? So always something to keep in mind. And the Connecticut looks like he's going to move out, so we'll take advantage of that. See if we can't get a cheapy cheek shot on him there. But that does get us picked up, right? So this Pensacola is coming back for revenge for us picking on him earlier in the game. We'll turn away from him. And yeah, we're down a ship here too as well. And we're down a ship and significantly down on points, so we've got an uphill battle to fight here. We'll just keep ducking and weaving while we move away. And since he's given us like decent angles, I'm going to continue to fire, and he's not doing the greatest at hitting us back, so we'll take advantage of that. Plus, neither battleship has a shot on us, right? And these nice British heals gave us a good chunk of our health back. So this is a good battle to keep fighting here. And I'm not too worried about the zone, right? Like, I'm going to stay in it so we can get the assisted capture, right? But we've got a destroyer in here helping us out as well. So we know we should be okay with getting the capture here. Now, he's dropping his smoke screen, which, that is a pro move if you're dropping a smoke screen for a cruiser as a destroyer. But we're going to have to slow down here and back up a little bit to see if we can't actually use that cover. Yep, okay, there we go. Yeah, Connecticut has quite a bit of health left, so this is going to take some farming here. And this is where it would be nice to have HE shells, right? Because he's bowing at us, but you hit him in the guts and hit him that superstructure tower kind of area, right? Like, you can still do some pretty decent damage against him. But yeah, you're gonna see we're gonna get a lot of bounces from hitting the deck and the guns on that thing. Yeah, 4 ricochets, 1 penetration, right? I'm going to try and back up a little bit, see if I can't get within this smoke. That way we at least also have an idea on how long it's going to last as well. So yeah, we can see here we've got a minute left on it, so that is wonderful. And yeah, he realized that he is now getting picked on since he's kind of the lead ship from the enemy side, right? And we lose our Colorado, so now it's back down to 3 on 3. And we're quite a bit down on points, so we've got some catching up to do here. Our destroyer is being super smart. We may owe this game win to him if we get it, as he is kind of right outside that B zone. He did get spotted here, looks like. Yeah, I'm not sure how he got spotted, so maybe I should take back my statement. But he's drawing fire. But I mean, you kind of don't want to put yourself in that drawing fire position when you're that low on health. I'd rather have him spotting, because right, if he dies, then this smoke screen's useless to me at this point. Alright, Connecticut's finally going to be within range of torpedoes as he starts pushing in on us. We'll take advantage of the last few seconds of smoke screen here. I think we're going to have to just deal with it anyway and start doing some firing. Yeah, so you hit that like sidewall there. You can get a little bit better damage versus him being straight on and us hitting the guns in the deck a lot. We'll send more torpedoes. This is where I'm at like that decision-making point of like, do I just like turn and burn and go in full force and YOLO it, or do we try and play a little bit smarter? We're going to play smart for the time being, okay? Since the Connecticut wasn't looking at us, we can actually go broadside to him and get all 4 guns, all 4 turrets going. So we'll take advantage of that. We got those torpedoes that were on the way, but I think because he turned away that they're going to be out of range now at this point, so I don't think we can rely on those. But our destroyer manages to get away and had distracted that Connecticut long enough that we are able to finish him off and kind of damage farm him throughout that. And so he goes down, and then now we've got a very healthy North Carolina, so our work is definitely cut out for us here as well. But he is focusing on our battleship because he's low on health, so we'll take advantage of that. And we'll push in on him. And then keeping an eye on the minimap, right, and looking over at where that last cruiser is as well. So that cruiser is also low on health. So that is probably why he is playing back. So we'll take advantage and we'll see what we can do with this North Carolina. Taking advantage of the fact that he's shooting the battleship more than he's shooting us. And then, of course, yep, we've got torpedoes ready, so we're going to send them, get them on the way. And yep, we're getting some good chunky damage here, hitting superstructure for the most part. Yeah, we took a little bit, so that cruiser over by sea is managing to get some shots off on us, so we'll have to be careful here. But if he's shooting HE, we'll be okay. And then just watching my angling here, right? So North Carolina's shooting HE, so we're gonna open up our angle to see if we can't get this other side, the port side torpedoes going. And I'm just gonna keep turning away just in case we, he does decide to switch to AP and shoot at us here. If he did switch, right, that's gonna be some time consumption on his part. He's gonna have to wait for that reload. And then I'm gonna have some faith in our torpedoes and get these guns pointed towards the cruiser, this Helena, and see if we can't manage to take him out. So Torp's got the North Carolina. Just need a couple hits on the Helena for the Kraken and double strike right there at the very end. That was a good game. This is one of those fun ones, right? We'll take a look at the leaderboard. Yeah, that put us up to 140,000 damage. This is kind of a fun ship. We'll see what the team results tab looks like here, and we'll take a quick peek at economy, see what we earned for silver. Typically those like cruisers, at least for myself, yeah, 3,500 XP, that's a good one. Typically like cruisers in that like tier 6 and 7 range is kind of where I tend to make the most silver, but I'm sure, results may vary, right? But yeah, that put us at almost 800 grand. We're at 769,000 silver. That's a good haul. Take a quick look at the build and the commander as well. But yeah, this is your typical, not your typical, but right, this is, very similar to some of the other British cruisers, right? So just with a fancy sci-fi paint job, right? But yeah, we do a gun steelman system, aiming system, and steering gears, right? You don't get propulsion mod with a lot of these British cruisers, which I always complain about, right? So if you're familiar with my channel, right? But yeah, Commander Gowron, we did manage to pull from a crate during the Star Trek collaboration. So I've built into the AP shells for the most part. I did go range here. I may have switched that up since making this video, but yeah, you get this unique perk where it's like incoming damage is reduced while your secondaries are working. But yeah, we'll go AP shell, pen, piercer, AP shell multiplier there. And then more cruiser speed and rudder shift. I typically don't pick the torpedo one there if you've got sonar, right? Use your sonar correctly and then punch through, fixated, and refill station, right? We don't get a fully packed option, which seems to be working out just fine for me with this ship and this build. So a refill station is, working out really good. But yes, that is the Bortos. Yeah, this was like, I had this video on reserve here from back when that Star Trek collaboration took place, so we can see we're actually, like, the background is still on the bridge of the Enterprise, right? But cool ship, fun ship. I think I've changed my, my skin on it to be, to not use the sci-fi one anymore, but, we'll see how it goes. You always have it back in reserve, right, if you need to put it back on just for fun, right? But, Thanks guys for watching. Make sure you are following the channel. That subscription really does help me out quite a bit. And we're doing Legends videos pretty much every day. So if you're following, we will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again.